na karon. People, karon na ang panahon. People, Inday Sara pa kay mulupad na ang agila. Sige, ipadayon na to ang suporta. Daganang nag-apan ni Mayor Inday Sara. Kinasing-kasing nga mong isagit. Duterte Rami Inday Sara ang isinggit.
Sana all kami dininta na. Gikan sa Davao, siya ang number one.
Yes, man.
Sara all, abanti tatanan. Ang kaayuan ni padayon niya tanan. Sara all, Sara all, kami dininta na. Gikan sa Davao, siya ang number one.
Yes, man.
Sara all, abanti tatanan. Ang kaayuan ni padayon niya tanan. Sara all. Don G, halika na't sumama. Tayo'y mag-aisa. Dito na tayo. Oh. Sara all, kaming lahat. Sara all, ito'y tapat. Luzon, Visayas, halika na. Kasi ang Mindanao ay nandito na. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao.
Pangalan niya ating isigaw. Pag-ibig ang mangingibabaw.
Simula pa lang noon talagang Duterte na kami hanggang ngayon. Sara Duterte, Carlo, pangalan mo sinisigaw ng Pilipino. Sa iyong pagtapo kami nakasuporta. Sara all ang lahat para masaya. Sara all.
Nandito na. Ang agila. Lilipad na. Magkaisa.
Sara all, kami dininta na. Gikan sa Davao, siya ang number one. Sara all, abanti tatanan. Ang kaayuan ni padayon niya tanan. Sara all, kami dininta na. Gikan sa Davao, siya ang number one. Sara all, abanti tatanan. Ang kaayuan ni padayon niya tanan. Sara all.
May bagong pag-asa ng nadarama, may bagong sigla tayong nakikita, pumapagaspas sa hangin. Dala-dala rin ng alon, lilipad tayo, lilipad tayo.
Ipagpapatuloy ang pagbabago, itataguyod ang bawat Pilipino. Sa kanyang talino, aahon tayo.
Lilipad na ang agila, magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila, at bagong araw at pag-asa'y kanyang dala.
Sa kanyang mga pakpak,
Kasama tayo sa paglipad,
sa taglay niyang lakas,
hindi tayo magtitibag. Sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo, tataas, lilipad tayo. Lilipad na ang agila, pagbabago ay itutuloy niya. Lilipad.
Dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran.
Suday, love you! Huwag ka mag-alala, number one kita!
Siya'y isang simpleng tao, aking napatunayan. Mapagpakumbaba sa madla at maging sa kaibigan. Siya ay idolo ng marami, matanda at kabataan. Idolo ng inyong lingkod at tunay kong hinahangaan. At ngayong nakita ko na ang tunay na agila sa buong Pilipinas, siya'y aking ipapakilala. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo pababayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte!
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh sa ating mga kapatid na Muslim. May buntag at magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Welcome po dito sa Sara All For You ngayong araw ng Huwebes. Sa ngalan ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang inyong lingkod, Tek Ocampo, mula rito sa Davao City. Ngayong araw sa Sara All For You, tunghayan natin ang naging journey ng Uniteam Standard Bearers, Apo Bongbong Marcos at Mayor Sara Duterte sa kanilang mga pinagdaanang kampanya. Samantala, isa na namang grupo ng mga volunteers mula sa Iloilo na sumusuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte ang ating makakapanayam. At panoorin ang pinaka-inaabangang pagsanib puwersa ng mga artist for Sara sa isang grand musical launch. Abangan po natin yan. Matapos ang matagumpay na meeting de avance sa Visayas, handang-handa na rin ang Uniteam para sa Mindanao leg ng meeting de avance mamayang hapon sa Tagum City, Davao del Norte. Samantala, tunghayan natin ang pagkwento ni na Apo BBM at Mayor Sara Duterte tungkol sa kanilang mga naging karanasan sa 3 buwan na kampanya. Narito po ang kanilang nakakaantig.
Ang vlog natin ngayon ay para po sa inyong mga katanungan at iba pang mga request.
Nako, ano naman kaya ang mga requests na ito? Sana kaya namin sagutin.
Kayang-kaya yan. Pumili kami ng 7, naki 7, na request o katanungan na sasagutin namin ngayon. Magbigay ng ilang bagay na nadiskubre ninyo sa isa't isa habang kampanya.
Ako una,
Oo.
ikaw ay magaan kasama, mabait na seatmate, and mahaba ang pasensya, of course.
Naku, maraming salamat. Ganon din naman. Kami naman ni Inday Sara, hindi kami masyadong malapit noon nung nagsimula. When napalapit kami dahil magkasundo naman talaga kami. Siguro pagka nakikita nyo kami sa stage na naghahalakhakan, dahil kay Inday Sara yan, pinapatawa kami lahat at lagi siyang masaya at lagi siyang parang hindi napapagod. Kaya kailangan na magpakita rin tayo habang sabayan natin si Inday.
Ibuking kung sino ang pinakamakulit na senatoriable habang may ibang nagsispeech.
Siguro lahat kami, pero ang madalas na maraming comment si Jinggoy. Silang dalawa ni Herbert Bautista. Pag kami nagsasalita, laging may comment yan tungkol sa nagsasalita, tungkol sa crowd, tungkol sa mga nakikita nila. Kaya ganyan nga kami, kaya lagi kaming nakabungis-ngis pagka kami nasa stage.
Agree ako sa iyo, Apo BBM, lahat talaga. Dahil kung napansin nyo, 2 lang naman kaming babae sa Uniteam na slate. Pagkapag wala si Senator Lauren Legarda ay ang kulit talaga ng lahat ng lalaki. Kaya kung nakikita nyo, laging nagbubungis-ngisan.
I-relate ang inyong ballot number sa inyong buhay. May significance po ba ito sa inyo by any chance?
Sa akin, number 4 ako sa balota and ang ma-relate ko dito ay para sa bayan dahil meron akong everyday na online show campaign para sa lahat and ang pangalan nito ay Sara All For You. Ang isa pa dito is that I'm turning 44 this year. Yun yung nare-relate ko sa number 4 sa buhay ko.
Mauna na ako, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yung 7, nung panahon pa ng aking ama, tinuturoy niya ng swerte, lucky number niya, yung 7. Nagkataon, dito sa eleksyon na ito, panayang litaw ng numerong 7. Yung naging number ko sa balota, nasama na yan sa swerte.
Ang unang pagkaing hinahanap nyo pagkatapos ng isang buong araw ng caravan at rally.
Burger.
Oh.
Dahil sa kadalas na binabanggit yung burger, nauso, burger kayo sa amin.
Burger kayong lahat sa amin!
Pagka kuminsan yung mga audience, matagal na nag-aantay, alam kong mga gutom yan, naghahanap sa amin ng burger, kung sino-sino isinusubo namin na magpapakain sa kanila. So, burger na rin. Kaysa kakapagbanggit namin ng burger, yun ang hinahanap.
Burger and mango shake.
Pagtulungan i-recite ang rap ni Andrew E.
Bagong Pilipinas, bagong muka. May prinsipyo, may isang salita.
Kaibigan mo, kaibigan ko.
Siya si Bongbong Marcos, BBM. Ay, M, ganyan. M.
Inday Sara. Ang bawat rally ay espesyal at makahulugan. Bilang mag-partner, magbigay ng inyong top 5 most memorable rallies. Ako lahat ng rally, yung nakikita ko na kahit umuulan, kahit nakabilad sa araw, talagang hindi umaalis yung tao. Mahirap mamili ng top 5 because para sa akin, ang pinakamahalaga, hindi lang marami ang nagdadagsaan at dumadating, pero yung bibong-bibo sila, very enthusiastic, very passionate, talagang gustong-gusto nila nandun sila, nag-aabang. Kaya hindi ko masasabi that one was more than the other. Dahil yung ating mga nagiging audience, talagang matutuwa ka. At kahit nga yung schedule mabigat, kahit medyo pagod ka na, pag nakarating ka, narinig mo na yung sigaw nila, wala, buhay na buhay ka na naman. It's very, very hard to pick only 5 doon sa rallies na pinag-uusapan natin. Pero yung significance doon ay talaga yung tao na napakainit ang pagtanggap. Yun para sa akin ang pinakamahalaga.
Yes, lahat ng rallies ay top rally. Sabihin sa inyong partner bakit kayo tiwala sa isa't isa.
Kasi totoo yung sinasabi ni Andrew E. Isang salita. Si Inday Sara may isang salita. Pagka napag-usapan namin at nakapag-decide na siya, talagang yan ang gagawin. Kaya malaki ang tiwala ko sa kanya. Hindi lamang dito sa pagkampanya, pero sa mga darating na trabaho na.
Para sa akin, it's based on mutual trust kasi iilan lang yung naniwala ng sinabi ko na hindi ako tatakbong Pangulo and isa si Apo BBM doon sa naniwala sa akin.
Bago tayo mag-break, shoutout muna po sa mga support groups ni Mayor Sara Duterte. Isda o Inday Sara Duterte ako. Super Inday. Kislap o kay Inday Sara lilipad ang Pilipinas. At Youth for Inday Sara Duterte at Youth Alliance Movement ng Central Luzon.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Sa kanyang dala, sa kanyang mga pakpak, kasama tayo sa pag-ibig. Sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo, tatataasipan tayo. Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa.
Welcome back sa Sara All For You. Shoutout muna po sa mga grupong sumusuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte. Sara All, Inday Cares, Isip Pilipinas o Inday Sara, ikalawang Pangulo ng Pilipinas, Solid Inday Sara o SIS, at Sara Tayo. Dito sa Mahalin Natin ang Pilipinas, kilalanin natin ang isang grupo na sumusuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte at sa Uniteam. Ito po ang Puwersa Pilipino patungo sa Pagbabago Incorporated. At makakasama natin ngayong umaga ang Presidente and Chairman na si Captain Eduardo Gargaritano. Magandang araw sa inyo at welcome dito sa Sara All For You.
Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. At ganoon rin po sa lahat na nakikinig, lalong-lalo na sa mga members and officers ng Puwersa Pilipino at sa lahat na mga parallel groups at sa mga lahat na DDS na sumusuporta ng buong puso kay Inday Sara Duterte. Ipagpatuloy natin ang magandang nagawa ni Presidente Rodrigo Duterte sa pangunguna ni Presidente Ferdinand Marcos Jr. at lalong-lalo na ni Inday Sara na maging the best Vice President we will ever have.
Okay, Captain Gargaritano, kailan at paano po nabuo ang Puwersa Pilipino patungo sa Pagbabago Incorporated?
Ang Puwersa Pilipino ay nabuo noong 2017. 1 year after the election of President Rodrigo Duterte. In the beginning, this was named Puwersa Ilonggo. But then, when the group visited Inday Sara in Davao, Mayor Inday Sara had suggested that to make it the name as Puwersa Filipino because for the reason that Puwersa Ilonggo is regional. It looks like regional, so we'll make it national. So we heeded her advice and we changed the name to Puwersa Filipino, patungo sa pagbabago.
Okay, Captain, mula nang mabuo ito, ilan na ba ang mga members o chapters natin sa grupo?
Sa ngayon, ang members natin ay mahigit na kami 6 million members all over the country. From Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. So we have even now candidates from Aurora, Quezon for governors, and so many towns as mayors and councilors, vice mayors, even congressmen. We have supporting, and all of them are members of Puwersa Filipino. And of course, supporting the BBM and Sara Tandem and the Unity team.
Wow, napakalawak na po pala ng network natin. Ano naman po ang mga ginagawa ninyong mga activities bilang pagsuporta kay Mayor Sara at sa Uniteam? Kasabay din ng pagtulong sa ating mga kababayan.
Okay. Just like last night, we have a big rally in my municipality for the Western Visayas, Iloilo, meeting the Avance. It was held in my hometown, Gimbal, Iloilo. And Puwersa Filipino made us full support. And during the photos that I submitted you, during the early afternoon, we held the preliminary meeting in my residence, the headquarters of Puwersa Filipino. And at 4 o'clock, we ended it and proceeded, everybody proceeded to the rally. And, it was a tremendous attendance. United ang lahat na parallel groups sa buong province of Iloilo. Even those from Capiz, Aklan, Antique, Guimaras were there. So, and Western Visayas and Iloilo City and the province country. Iloilo is for BBM and Inday Sara now.
Nako, maraming salamat po. I'm sure matutuwa po ang BBM Sara Uniteam. Captain Gargaritano, I'm sure dahil sa laki at lawak ng inyong organisasyon ngayon, I'm sure nagsasagawa kayo ng mga outreach program o mga pagtulong sa ating mga kababayan. Ano po ba ang nakita nyo aral o mga realizations na sa tingin ninyo dapat bigyan ng pansin ng papasok na administrasyon na pwede nyong irekomenda sa kanila? Go ahead, Captain.
Okay. Ang number one po ay karamihan na lumalapit sa amin at natutulungan ay tungkol sa health. Yung tulong sa mga na-hospital at nasalanta ng bagyo o lindol o ano pang mga klaseng salanta o sa weather. Iyon ay dapat nating ipa-enhance pa. Yung pagtulong sa mga mahihirap, mga nahihirap na wala ng bahay, nagkasakit, na walang pambayad sa hospital. Yung at we still has to enhance na bigyan ng pag-asa ang ating mga kabataan na makapag-aral. Kailangan natin ng mga scholarship para sa mga mahihirap na hindi napapansin ng mga politiko. Kasi marami pa rin ang mga politiko na ginagamit sa politika ang pagtulong sa mga mahihirap. Dapat naniniwala ako na kung si President Bongbong at Inday Sara ang makaupo, lalo pa nilang paigtingin itong mga programang ito na makakatulong sa mga mahihirap na hindi kaya magpaaral sa mga kabataan, na walang makakain pag nasalanta ng mga bagyo o mga sunog o earthquake. Kawawa sila. Oo. Kasi marami sa mga politiko ang ginagamit ang politika. Pag hindi nila kakampi, hindi bibigyan ng tulong. Yan ang isa na dapat nating koreksyonan sa sunod na administrasyon. Alam ko, si Presidente Duterte ay ginawa niya lahat, ngunit ang mga nasa ilalim ng mga politiko na nagbabalimbing ay hindi natin makokontrol. So I hope na sa sunod na administrasyon, we have to implement it sincerely and strongly. Kailangan may malakas pa tayong political will ang mga nasa taas. Pagkat kami, dapat nilang bigyan nila kami ng support. Sapagkat ang Pwersa Pilipino ay itinatayo para makatulong sa mga mahihirap na hindi napapansin ng mga mayayamang mga politiko.
Ayan, I'm sure Captain Gargaritano ay ano rin yan, yung inline din yan sa pinag-isinusulong ni BBM Sara itong pagkakaisa at pagbangon muli ng bansa. At syempre, Captain, ang mensahe niyo po para kay Mayor Sara Duterte. Go ahead po.
Inday Sara, kahit hindi pa tayo nagkita, ang aking lang mga kasama sa asosasyon sa mga Pwersa Pilipino, buong puso ko akong tutulong at magsuporta sa iyo. Dahilan bakit hindi tayo nagkita, kasi bawat punta nila sa Davao, ako ay nasa trabaho. Kapitan po ako ng barko. I am an active captain at ngayon lang po magre-retire. Kaya simula ngayon, I will do it. I am with the group all the way and giving you full support. Kung wala ako, yung asawa ko naman, si Mrs. Remia Gargaritano, ang gumagawa at na tumutulong on my behalf. At nandiyan naman yung aking Vice President, si Randy Cayetano at aming General na si Mel's Belen. Siya po ang aking right-handed po. At siya ang tumutulong sa pag-reach out silang dalawa at si Mrs. nag-reach out sa ating mga kasama at hindi lang sa mga kasama, ganun rin sa mga Pilipino na mga mahihirap na nangangailangan ng tulong. Inday Sara, we are all the way. Ikaw ang nagpangalan ng aming Asosasyon at Puwersa Pilipino patungo sa pagbabago. Nandito lang kami sa likod mo at handa buong puso magsuporta, makipaglaban para sa iyo. We are just here. Inday Sara, pagpatuloy namin ang laban namin tulad ng ginawa namin kay President Duterte. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Maraming salamat po at mabuhay kayo, Captain Eduardo Gargaritano.
Maraming salamat po sa pagbigay sa akin ng panahon at oportunidad na makasalita at makapaabot kay Inday Sara na kami ay mananatiling nagmamahal at nagsuporta sa kanya. Ano man ang mangyari, Sara Duterte pa rin kami.
Okay, maraming salamat at magbabalik pa po ang Sara All For You.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Ba't ka sumali dyan? Ipanlalaki yan. Yun talaga yung mga naririnig ko that time eh.
Ako po ay galing sa mahirap na pamilya. Tuloy pa rin ang buhay, lumalaban pa rin ako.
Kaya nga ang ginawa ko, talagang nagsumikap ako sa lahat ng paraan na pwedeng mabuhay kami.
Fulfilling. Kasi para dugot pawis po yung pinagdaanan namin during training.
Lahat ng mga leader ng LGBT mag-meeting kasi mayroon daw ibigay na programa ang gobyerno tulad ng mga livelihood.
The world will be a better place if objective po yung kagandahan.
Ang kagandahan sa akin it's for everybody.
Maganda ako dahil nakasurvive ako sa hirap ng buhay ko noon.
Ako si Inday AJ, sasagipin ka sa anumang panganib.
Ako si Inday Masoy, kakampi mo sa hamon ng buhay.
Ako po si Inday Darwin, hahasain ang inyong isip tungo sa magandang buhay. Inday will always love you.
Inday Sara, ikaw ang agila.
Sa loob ng ilang buwan, mula nang idineklara ni Mayor Sara Duterte ang kanyang kandidatura sa pagka-vice-presidente ng bansa, marami sa ating Pinoy artists ang nagkasama-sama upang sabay na ipahayag ang kanilang suporta para sa alkalde. At narito na po ang pagsasanib pwersa ng mga artists for Sara sa pangunguna ni Direk Niel de Mesa.
May bagong pag-asa mga darima, may bagong sikat tayong nakikita pumapagaspas sa hangin. Dala-dala rin ng alon. Lilipad tayo. Ipagpapatuloy ang pagbabago, itataguyod. Sinunod ang bawat Pilipino sa kanyang talino. Aamon tayo, lilipad na ang agila. Magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila. At bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala. Sa kanyang mga pakmako, kasama tayo sa paglipad. Sa taglay niyang lakas, hindi tayo magtitibas.
Sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo, at tataas lilipad tayo.
Lilipad na ang agila, pagbabago ay tutuloy niya. 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 Magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila. At bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala. Lilipad na ang agila. Magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila. At bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala. Sa kanyang mga pakma, kasama tayo sa paglipad. Sa taglay niyang lakas, hindi tayo magtitibas.
Sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo, at tataas lilipad tayo.
Lilipad na ang agila.
Lilipad, lilipad, lilipad.
Lilipad na ang agila.
Agila, agila, agila.
Lilipad na ang agila.
Lilipad, lilipad, lilipad.
Lilipad na ang agila.
Bago tayo magpaalam, shoutout po muna sa mga grupong patuloy ang suporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte, Apo Bongbong Marcos at sa buong Uniteam. Let's Go Uniteam Coalition, Marcos Sara Duterte Alliance o Masada, Tigre at Agila ng Pilipinas, Iligan City, Sultan Kudarat at Bacolod City chapters, at iba't ibang BBM Sara Uniteam chapters sa buong mundo. At dyan po nagtatapos ang Sara All For You ngayong araw ng Huwebes. Maraming salamat sa inyong patuloy na pagsubaybay sa ating programa. Muli pong paalala, mag-ingat pa rin laban sa COVID-19, hindi lang para sa ating sarili, kundi para rin sa ating mga mahal sa buhay. Kaya always wear your face mask, observe social distancing at magpabakuna o booster shot po tayong lahat. At sa ngalan ni Mayor Sara Duterte, ako po ang iyong lingkod, puso at serbisyo, Tech Ocampo. At ito ang Sara All For You.
Magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila. At bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala. Lilipad na ang agila. Magtatanggol, magmamahal sa ating bansa. Lilipad na ang agila. At bagong araw at pag-asa kanyang dala. Sa kanyang mga pakma, kasama tayo sa paglipad.
Sara Zimmerman Duterte is a Filipino politician and lawyer. She is popularly known in the Philippines as Inday Sara. The nickname Inday means beloved in the Visayan language. In her baptism records, her name is Sara Vicenta, in honor of her grandfather, Vicente. She is the second child of Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the 16th President of the Republic of the Philippines, and Elizabeth Zimmerman Duterte, a former flight attendant and teacher. Sara is the first ever elected woman and the youngest vice mayor and mayor of Davao City. Her life is profoundly backdropped by her family's long history in politics and public service. Her socio-political acumen and leadership skills have been sharpened by the Duterte family's tradition of working in the government and serving the people. Sara's grandfather, lawyer Vicente Tete Gonzales Duterte, was governor of the then undivided Davao province from 1959 to 1965. For 3 years, starting 1965, he served as the Secretary of General Services of former President Ferdinand Marcos. Before this, he served as acting mayor of Cebu's municipality of Danao from 1946 to 1948. Sara's lolo Tete was a man remembered by many for his humility and magnanimity. Her grandmother, Soledad Gonzales Roa, was an educator who established a foundation in Davao City that served indigenous people's children needing education. On the other hand, Sara's maternal ancestry provided her with an acute understanding of the heart of the working class. Her maternal grandfather, Godofredo Baldazo Zimmerman, was the son of George John Zimmerman, a German-American missionary, and Cristita Baldazo, who hailed from Hilongos, Leyte. Her lolo Godo worked his way up from crew to ship captain. Sara's grandmother, Purissima Puring Fortunado Abellana, was an exuberant popular vendor in Davao City's Bangkerohan and Manila's Baclaran markets. Puring's roots are traced back to Tuburan, Cebu, and is said to be a putative descendant of Hari Tupas, the son-in-law of Hari Humabon. Before politics, Sara had a brief stint as a court attorney in the Supreme Court of the Philippines in 2006. She then served as vice mayor from 2007 to 2010 and was elected mayor in 2010 in what is now known as the biggest landslide election victory in the history of Davao. Although a newcomer in 2007, Sara demonstrated transformational leadership skills among the members of the City Council. Her colleague, the veteran legislator Pilar Braga, described her as a firm, principled, tactful negotiator, pacifier, and fearless administrator. One of the landmark legislation passed when she was vice mayor was the Watershed Code of Davao. It aims to protect, conserve, and manage the watershed areas of the city. Her landmark project while serving vice mayor was Inday Para sa Barangay, a whole-of-government approach to service every year in each of the 182 barangays of the city. It is now called the Caravan of Government Services when she moved to the city mayor's office. During her term as mayor, the timeless Davao Life is Here brand was created. It propelled Davao City's image as a desired market and destination for investment and tourism events, including the meetings, incentives, conference, exhibitions market. As a neophyte mayor in 2010, she easily gained the trust of Region 11 economic pillars. Then President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. appointed her as chairperson of the Regional Development Council. The RDC under her leadership made notable accomplishments that propelled the region. She was also selected as a NEDA Board Regional Development Committee Mindanao Area Committee chairperson. During her first full year as RDC chairperson, Davao Region's gross regional domestic product expanded from 3.9% in 2011 to 7.1% in 2012. Because of this notable accomplishment, Sara was lauded by Joey Salceda, a prominent economist and well-respected member of the House of Representatives, as someone with an enlightened leadership style and sophisticated economic thinking. Under Sara's leadership, Davao City soared to greater heights and emerged as a premier city in Mindanao. For the short period of 2011 to 2013, Davao City received 36 awards, citations, and recognitions for good governance, business, tourism, health, environment, fiscal management, transparency, among others. Sara served as a regional officer of the National Movement of Young Legislators in 2007 to 2010 and served as officer in the National Executive Board of the League of Cities Philippines in 2010 to 2013. At this point, she already figured in the early surveys for senators in the 2013 elections, even if she was underage. In 2013, Sara took a respite from politics, devoting her time as one of the partner lawyers of Carpio and Duterte lawyers. She passed the pre-judicature program of the Philippine Judicial Academy in preparation for her plans to join the judiciary. Her desire to continue serving the public led her to be involved in a non-government organization, and in 2014, she was elected to the Board of Governors of the Philippine Red Cross. On the side, she worked on various product endorsements and as a segment host for a local morning news show on GMA Network. Her hosting job gave her the opportunity to volunteer, deliver relief, and report firsthand on the damage and the needs of the Boholanos during the 2013 earthquake. In 2016, Sara re-entered local politics and ran for mayor. She and her mother Elizabeth, who was in between cancer treatments, embarked on a national bus caravan called Biyaheng Duterte to help campaign for President Duterte. They were joined by some members of the family and Sara's friends and classmates from high school. Fresh from the success of the bus campaign, the centerpiece of her mayoral comeback was called Biyaheng Duterte, a political agenda guided by 30 projects for 10 priority sectors: education, health, poverty alleviation, infrastructure development, solid waste management and environment, agriculture, investment and tourism, traffic and transportation management, disaster risk reduction and management, and peace and order. As a believer of continuity, Sara's 2019 mayoral re-election bid was anchored on the 2016 platform, but this time called Biyaheng Duterte, the second trip. Sara relentlessly pursued peace and progress in her administration. As a result, she was able to lift Davao City to a stellar national status with 117 awards, citations, and recognitions from March 2017 to December 2021. Davao City is included on the 2021 Top 10 Richest Cities of the Philippines of the Commission on Audit. And in the same year, Davao City was ranked the 4th most competitive, highly urbanized city by the Department of Trade and Industry. At the end of calendar year 2022, Davao City is expected to be debt-free. At the start of 2016, when she returned as mayor, Davao City's loan balance was in the amount of 1.3 billion pesos out of all loans contracted by the city during the years 2000, between 2005 and 2010, and in 2015. Loan repayments have been consistently provided for in the budget. For the year 2022, the amount of 46.7 million pesos has been made available for the final repayment, making Davao City debt-free. During her terms as mayor between 2016 and 2022, she played supporting roles to the Regional Development Council and the Regional Peace and Order Council. Sara accepted the challenge of the appointment as chairperson of both the Metropolitan Davao Coordinating Committee under the RDC and the Task Force Tuganay of the RPOC. Both committees are trailblazing peace and development initiatives in Region 11. The Metro Davao Committee lists as an accomplishment the House of Representatives and Senate approval of the creation of Metropolitan Davao Development Authority. Sara has been recognized both here and abroad for the work that she has done as local chief executive. In 2012, she was one of the 88 nominees to the prestigious World Mayor Awards and one of the only 2 Filipino mayor nominees. In 2021, she was selected as the Philippines' top-performing mayor with a rating of 93% by an independent and non-commissioned survey of the RP Mission and Development Foundation, Incorporated. It was a feat achieved in the time of the crushing COVID-19 pandemic. Foreign governments have also recognized Sara for her work, generously supporting and inviting her to learn from their countries. She was one of only 2 Philippine mayors invited in 2012 by the government of Israel to attend the 28th International Mayors Conference. In that same year, she also participated in the World Mayors Forum in Singapore. In 2018, Sara participated in an urban planning study tour in the cities of Tokyo and Kitakyushu with the Japan International Cooperation Agency. And in 2020, she attended the 88th Winter Meeting of the United States Conference of Mayors in Washington, D.C. Sara is an alumna of the International Visitors Leadership Program of the U.S. State Department. Her advocacies are reflected in the projects dearest to her, the Peace 911, Magnegosyo Taday, Pugbabago Campaign, and the Kian Gabriel Hotline. Peace 911 is a successful local peace initiative that practically brought stability to the once conflict area of Paquibato District in Davao City. The project contributed to the collapse of the New People's Army Guerrilla Front 55. Magnegosyo Taday is a livelihood support project that encouraged entrepreneurship of women. The success of MTD spawned the Rainbow Magnegosyo Taday that intend to support entrepreneurship in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual community. The Pugbabago Campaign is a 2-pronged approach to solving interlocking problems related to poverty, children's education, and responsible parenthood. Through the Pugbabago Campaign, children and parents in the communities are given bags branded as Pugbabago that contain reading materials on the importance of education and responsible parenting. Sara personally delivers these bags to children and parents. She uses her voice and influence to steer families into the right path out of poverty. The Kian Gabriel Hotline was created to allow anonymous reporting of child neglect and abuse that paved the way to rescue children in distress. The hotline was created in memory of 2 children in Davao City who died because of abuse. Since its operationalization in October 2016 and as of January 2022, no child has died at the hands of abusers in the city. In 2018, Sara led the creation of Hugpong ng Pagbabago, a region-wide political party aimed at creating a strong, peaceful, and developed region that can become a symbol of hope for our country's progress. Just like in 2016, she also went around the country in 2019, but this time on her favorite big bike, a 900cc Yamaha XSR, she fondly named Ella to help campaign for senator candidates. In November 2021, Sara took her oath as a member of the Lakas Christian Muslim Democrats National Party. Sara is currently the chairperson of both the HNP and Lakas CMD. Sara is an adopted member of the Philippine Military Academy Maharlika Class of 1984 and the Philippine National Police Academy Tagapagkalinga Class of 1991. She is a member of the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary and the Armed Forces of the Philippines Army Reserve Command. She holds the rank of Colonel and is currently the Assistant Brigade Commander of the 2202nd Ready Reserve Combined Arms Brigade, Philippine Army. She has received several medals, ribbons, badges, and citations for her work in Davao in support of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. She also received a presidential award from former President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. and the Philippine Commission for the Urban Poor in December 2011. And in August 2021, Sara was celebrated by Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards as someone who has contributed to the creation of a brighter future. Sara is a Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Therapy graduate from the San Pedro College in Davao City. She received her Juris Doctor degree from the San Sebastian College Recoletos in the city of Manila. She was presented as one of the 30 most outstanding St. Augustine awardees of San Sebastian in January 2014 and was granted by the San Sebastian College of Law the Distinguished Alumna Award for Public Service in February 2020. She also received the Distinguished Woman of Service Award from the San Beda College Alumni Association in February 2011. Sara spent 4 years of law school at the San Beda and her final year in San Sebastian. Sara is a graduate in 2011 of the twin program of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Command and General Staff College, General Staff Course, and the Development Academy of the Philippines, Master of Public Management. Sara is blessed as an adopted member of the Ate tribe of Davao City in 2013. She was given the name Bio Simolun. She is also an adopted daughter of the province of Camarines Sur and the city of Tangub, and in 2019, she was blessed as an adopted daughter of the province of Abras Tingyan tribe, given the name Dulimaman, which was inspired from the courageous heroine in the tribe's epic Wadagan Ken Dulimaman. Sara was once involved in an infamous punching incident of a court sheriff in 2011. She has twice publicly apologized for what happened and was suspended by the Department of the Interior and Local Government and reprimanded through an administrative case. Looking back, she describes the sad incident as a turning point in her life as a politician, a constant reminder not to embarrass the mandate given to me by the people. She now considers herself the best person to talk about peace because she was once a national face of rage. Meanwhile, Sara has a collection of photos of herself with facades and altars of numerous Catholic churches taken during her travels all around the country. She is keenly interested in the architecture and history of Catholic churches, believing that each reflect the faith of the people and the uniqueness of the towns where these churches are built. She is married to fellow lawyer Manassas Reyes Carpio, and they have 3 children named Shark, Stingray, and Stonefish. Inday Sara is undoubtedly no magician, but the strength of her heart to lift everyone and soar high, fight, and win makes her second to none.